All right, here we go. Warming up. So just a reminder, all of these classes, at least for February, are up on YouTube with the exception of one that something went horribly wrong. Sorry about that. Well, actually, it's not horrible. If you want to watch Scott Jackson work out, it's awesome. But yeah, we didn't get the video of Shauna at all, so that one's not up there.
Tragedy.
Just pivoting on the balls of the feet, letting the arms swing. So the plan is to continue this month with the videos, and then next month we're going to shift to 30-second work sets, and we'll tape those. And then the following month, I believe we'll do 60 seconds, and we'll tape those. And we've got our chops now. And then I think we're going to leave it at that. So you would have a repository of something like 36 to 40 classes to watch in the event that you miss one in the future. I think that's enough. Okay, we're getting the outside of the hip. The other day I sent out a PDF from Dr. Phil Maffetone, which outlines his approach to mostly cardiovascular training. So hopefully you got that. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm trying to work my way through it. All right, we got a wide stance now. We're shifting our weight side to side. And then in today's email, I included a link to a Natural Vision conference, which is wrapping up today, day 4. Really interesting stuff. We're hinging at the hips, getting into the hamstrings. About 100 years ago, there was a Dr. Bates who pioneered what's now called either holistic vision training or natural vision training. And he developed a methodology for improving eyesight to the point where you could actually stop wearing glasses. So apparently a lot of people swear by it. Keeping the back flat or slightly arched. And we're coming into cross crawl. And then just a reminder, we do have our double unders seminar tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I think as of now we have 6 people registered, just in case you know of anybody that wants to take their jump rope game to the next level. We got gentle bounces, very light on your feet. Super soft landings. Everything is relaxed. And then we're alternating feet, barely leaving the ground. It's a low jog. We got the heels coming up. Heels up toward your butt. Getting those hamstrings. Caitlin is with us. Great, you guys. We're going to take the knees up towards your waist. Okay. Good job. And then we're taking the feet a little bit wider. And we're going to go fast feet. Here you go. You're on hot coals. Up, down, up, down, up, down as quickly as you can go for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. So yeah, Wednesday was an interesting departure. We had all those athletic drills. Today is back to our normal structure. Next week, I guess, is the last week of February, right? Yeah, it is. Because then the following Monday is March 1. So one more week left of the 45-15 structure. And then we're going to go to 30-15. So it'll be a little bit more about speed and power. We are starting from our back. And we've got legs up. And we'll be doing reaches. So shoulder blades off the ground. You're going to reach left, back down, center, back down, right, back down, center. So that's our sequence. Left, center, right, center, and so on. Okay? It's okay to bend the knees if you feel you need to. Number 2 is a standing lower back strengthening exercise called the waiter's bow. It's very similar to what we do in the warm-up. We're hinging at the hips. The difference is you can add load by changing your arm position. So you can cup your ears. That's going to add several pounds. If that's not enough, you start to extend your arms overhead, and that will add even more resistance. Okay, the key is not rounding your back. So that's number 2. Number 3 is our athletic drill, and it is boxing this morning. So we're going to throw jabs, hooks, and uppercuts. You could stay on the same side. You could switch sides. Going to leave that to you, but as you see, Shawn is moving her feet. That's what we want. Motion, motion, motion. Mini squat the whole time. Number 4 is a lateral plank crawl. So we're going to start in plank, and then we're moving sideways, keeping that good neutral plank alignment so the hips don't hike up and the low back does not collapse. Working in opposition. Hand and then the foot. Okay. Good, guys. That's 4. Number 5, we can load, but it would be with light weight because it's a lunge with hands behind your head. So if you're holding light dumbbells, it still works. We're going to step forward, keep the hands behind the head. So a little less intense than the squat with the hands behind the head. A little less intense in terms of mobility required in the middle and upper back. But you'll still probably feel a little bit of a stretch through those areas. So that is number 5. Okay. 6 is in our push-up category, but it's super plank this morning. So this is a tough one. We start from the forearms. For the first set, we're going to straighten the right arm, then straighten the left arm, then bring the right back down, then the left back down. And we're going to keep that sequence. The second set, we'll reverse it. We'll straighten the left arm first. And it does make a difference, makes a big difference. So we want to balance it out. That's number 6. Number 7, we can load with preferably a band around either the thighs or the ankles. Shauna's going above the knees. That would be the recommendation. And it's going to be your monster walk. So we get into our squat and we stay there. Now we're walking, moving the legs diagonally, but you're moving them forward. But
you can go backwards.
And you can go backwards. There you go. Nice. Okay, that's number 7. And then finally, we're going to wrap it up with a side plank. So we'll go over the options. You could start from the forearm with the elbow under the shoulder. You can stack the legs, raise the arm, neck with spine. You could scissors the legs. That gives you generally a little more stability. If it's too intense, you come down to the knees. So now you're going to be supported by that bottom knee as well. You could lift the top leg. Okay, those are all options we'll be on our right side, and you could come to the palm instead of the forearm. Just make sure your shoulder is in a good position. Okay, that's it. There's our 8. So we're going to start with legs, reaches. Reaches with legs up is number 1. We're on our back, legs are up. And with reaches, you can use a medicine ball. I'd keep it fairly light, but that's a nice way to add a little extra resistance. Okay. All right, guys. Round 1, set 1 begins in 3, 2, 1, and go. So yeah, the ball Sean is holding actually doesn't weigh very much. It's a few ounces, but if you have something at home and you want to add some resistance to this move, feel free to give it a try. Just might create a little tension around the neck. So maybe instead of reaching so far forward, you might end up reaching straight up. 15 seconds. Can always experiment with these things. Exhale with your lift, shoulder blades off the ground. Good. 2, 1, and recover. All right. And so we're standing up now for the waiter's bow. This is the one that really requires some focus, hinging at the hips. In 3, 2, 1, and go. But unlike in the warm-up, we're not going to come out of it unless it's uncomfortable. So gravity is the resistance. And then you need to decide where are you going to place those hands. If you have a mirror handy, you can just check yourself out. Make sure you're not rounding, keeping that back flat or slightly arched. It's also called a good morning when we use weights with it, typically a barbell. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Good, and we're coming down. Second set, reaches with legs up. They are in 3, 2, 1, and go. So take your time. It's not a race. Exhale with your lift. Remember your sequence. You go side, center, center. Stay with that. Good, guys. Try not to hold your breath. 15 seconds to go. And we got 3, 2, 1, and recover. Fantastic. Okay. So we're up for the second set of waiter's bow. Hinging in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Take your time getting into it. Make sure that back is flat or slightly arched. Feet are about hip width. Knees are soft. Very important that we Maintain the strength of our low back. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Recover. Nice. So we're going to stay upright. And now we got boxing. So you want to start your bounce before the set. Light on your feet. Jabs, hooks, uppercuts. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Good, guys. Keep moving the feet. Now you can move forward. You can move laterally. Want to keep the knees soft, because you'd be reacting to your opponent. So if your opponent moves left, then you're going to follow. 15 seconds. If you have a buddy you're working out with this morning, you can spar. 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right, and down we go to plank for lateral plank crawl. So you might want to start at the end of your space. And you got 3, 2, 1, and go. So with lateral crawls, we can either start at the end of our space and then change direction when we get to the other side, or we can go for a predetermined number of steps. Steps being a hand motion and a foot motion. That would be 1. Or hand, foot could be 1. Down to 10 seconds, trying to stay straight. 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right. Nice, guys. All right, we're bouncing again. Light on your feet. Second set of boxing. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So depending on how you're feeling, you could throw a lot of punches, a big flurry, or you could be more conservative and focus more on your footwork. You could focus on one punch, just the jab, for example. That's Becca. Or uppercuts. 10 seconds. Probably not too many hooks. That's not something we would throw a lot of. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Fantastic, guys. And you're down. Final set of the interval is going to be your lateral plank crawl. Starting in plank. 3, 2, 1, and go. So every so often you might want to look up. So hopefully you have a reference point so you can make sure you're not getting twisted and angling your body. Trying to keep it straight. Pace is up to you. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Recover. Fantastic. We are up. Got hands behind head for our forward lunge. Optional extra resistance. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're focusing on balance without hands to the outside. Balance is challenged more. We are trying to keep that lead knee aligned with the middle of the foot, not letting it collapse in. 20 seconds, and most importantly, we're controlling the descent. So we're not falling into our lunge, we're controlling the movement. Could stop at any point. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Nice job. And now we're coming down for super plank. Remember, for this first set, we're on our forearms and toes. It's the right arm that's going to straighten first. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Right arm straightens, left arm straightens. Right arm bends, left arm bends. Right arm straightens, left arm straightens. We're going to keep that sequence for the entire set. So you'll be working that right side more intensely. And then the next time we do this, we'll be working the left side. Good. Pace is up to you. 10 seconds left. You get tired, you just hold your plank. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And we're back up. Second set of lunges with hands behind head. Again, if you're holding weight, it's going to rest on your shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, if you have a band set up at home, you could have the band around your waist. And you can experiment with facing away from the anchor point, facing towards it, being perpendicular, sideways. 15 seconds, a lot of choices with bands. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, recover. So down we go for super plank on our forearms and toes, and this time it's the left arm that's going to straighten first. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Left up, right, down on the left, down on the right, left up, right. Good. Pace, of course, is up to you. Might want to exhale with that push. So this is great for upper body and core, and if you go fast enough, for cardio as well. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and recover, and we're moving on. So monster walk is next. If you have a band, you're going to want it above your knees. We'll be walking forward in a squat and back. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So the tricky part here is keeping the back in a good position. You want it to be flat or slightly arched. Knees are going to be bent the entire time, so you're going to be feeling some tension. The fatigue might accumulate. 15 seconds. Hang on, guys. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right. We're down for side plank. Now, the first set we're going to do resting on our right side. And then you decide which version you want to do. Side plank is in 3, 2, 1, and go. So bottom hip is going to come off the ground. Top hip, side of the top hip is going to face the sky. Try to keep your neck aligned with your spine. I know it's very difficult. Usually the head falls forward. It's okay. Legs can be stacked or scissored. Sit Eva. Nice, Caitlin. Good, Julie. Sit, Brian. Awesome, Becca. Good, Kyle. Good, guys. You got 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right, that's tough. 45-second side plank is tough. We are up for second set of our monster walk. Optional extra resistance. Band is a great choice, but you could also hold some weight. And you got 3, 2, 1, and go. Staying low. So the more you bend those knees, the more you're going to challenge the muscles of your legs. Taking it forward, taking it back. Even a light band will provide some resistance. Three, 2, 1, and recover. And this is last first. So we're going to be on our left side. Left hip is down. Side plank, second set. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Bottom hip lifts. You can raise the top arm if you like. You could also rest your hand on your hip or along your thigh. Side planks require constant adjustment. Always working, always working. And you can change things up. You can split the feet if you want. You've got 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Rest. Good. So that's a long time for a side plank. We would not include it in the 60-15 class, I don't think. And Shauna has to do it for a minute in physical therapy, but I think it might stress out a lot of people's shoulders. So you probably noticed that when we shift the work-rest ratio, we also slightly change the exercises that we include. And certainly when we get to a minute, there's a lot of changes. We don't do the unilateral movements because we're just doing 3 rounds of 3 rounds of a complete circuit, so it doesn't really work. You would need to do 4. All right, let's take stock of what we just did. Think about whether you need any adjustments. Risk reward. That last movement, the side plank, is the riskiest, especially for the shoulder. So you just want to be careful. And the waiter's bow, you got to be careful of your low back. Otherwise, we're pretty safe. So, starting round 2 from your back, we've got legs up, and we're going to reach. And that's starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Second round, first set. So each round is 12 minutes of work. Good, guys. Nice big exhales. Down to 15 seconds. Three, two, one, and recover. And we're up. Waiter's bow. First set of the second round. Hinging at the hips in 3, 2, 1, and go. Very simple movement, but very important, and one that a lot of people have difficulty with. So then you have to decide where you're going to place the hands. They could be cupping the ears. They could be free, where Shauna has them right now. Just a bend in the elbow and fingers lined up roughly with shoulders. That's an option. 3, 2, 1, and recover.
Consider the rest of the workout. It's a good option.
And now we're down for the final set of reaches with legs up. This is it. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Last one. Remember, side, center, side, center, side, center. Find your pace, but not too fast. Ten seconds left. Three, two, one, recover, and that's one down, and we're coming up. Final set, waiter's bow. 4 times for each move. And that's in 3, 2, 1, and go. Last time for waiter's bow. There you go. Awesome, guys. 15 seconds left. Keeping that back flat, not allowing it to round. Three, two, one, recover, and it's 2 down. We move on to our next interval, and we start with boxing. So we're light on our feet. We're bouncing around. The gloves are on. We're ready to hit. In 3, 2, 1, and go. This is really more about the footwork and the motion than it is about throwing punches. But if you like throwing punches, that's fine. Again, taking it forward, taking it back, taking it laterally, changing the stance, the lead foot, changing the lead hand. 15 seconds. Final 10. Three, two, one, and recover. All right. And we are coming down, lateral plank crawl. So we're going to start in plank, moving sideways. 3, 2, 1, and go. So my personal preference is just to say, okay, I'm going to go 3 steps to the left, then 3 to the right, and I'm just going to keep that sequence. Really depends on your comfort level and the size of your space. Try to stay straight. That's it, Brian. Good. Nice, Julie. Good, Becca. Good, Kyle. That's it, Caitlin. Go, Eva. Three, two, one, and recover. All right, guys. We're up for the final set of boxing. Last time. So we're bouncing around. We got the gloves on. We're light on our feet. 3, 2, 1, and go. That bell dings. Last round of your fight. You're feeling strong. That's it. Using good footwork, good quickness. Keeping your opponent off balance. 15 seconds. Three, two, one, and recover. All right, and that is 3 down, and we're coming down. Final set, lateral plank crawl. Starting in plank. 3, 2, 1, and go. Keeping that neck aligned with your spine, not allowing that low back to cave in. Down to 15 seconds. This will take us to the halfway point of the final round. Three, two, one, and recover. And that's 4 down. Nice, guys. All right, we're back up. We have a lunge with hands behind head. That's number 5. Optional extra resistance. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice controlled bend of the knees. Back knee approaches the ground. Front knee bends to about 90 degrees. The lead knee stays aligned with the middle of your foot. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And now we are down for super plank on our forearms and toes. And we're going to start by straightening the right arm. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Right arm straightens, then the left. Then the right arm goes down, then the left. Keep that pattern for the whole set. Find your pace. These can be done from the knees, absolutely. Keep breathing, guys. You got 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and recover. And we're up for the final set of lunges with hands behind the head. Last time. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Last set of lunges. Good, guys. 30 seconds left. Feet about hip width so you maintain your balance. 15 seconds left. All about the control going down. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And that is 5 down. So we're coming back down to forearms and toes. Super plank. This time the left arm will straighten first. 3, 2, 1, and go. Left straightens. Then the right. Then we're back down on the left, back down on the right. Gonna keep that pattern. Up, up, down, down. "20 seconds to go." Hang on for the last 10. 3, 2, 1. And recover. Good. All right, we're moving on, you guys. Final interval, starting with your monster walk, optional extra resistance, band or weight. And we're going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Optional monster noises. Rawr. Good. Now we can take it forward and we can take it back. You could also turn if you prefer. But I think there's some benefit to doing both, forward and backward. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and recover. And we're down for side plank. We're going to be on our right side, resting on our right side. So the left hip will be up. Side plank in 3, 2, 1, and go. So again, you have to pick the variation that you prefer or that you're capable of at this point. And you can always modify as you go. So top leg up is the hardest, or typically the most challenging. Bottom knee resting on the ground gives you a little bit of a break. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And we're up for the final set of our monster walk. Last time. Drill 7. And that's in 3, 2, 1, and go. Last one. Keeping your form so the back needs to stay flat or slightly arched. Keeping that bend in the knees as you walk forward and walk back. Pace is slow. Down to 15 seconds. Awesome, guys. 3, 2, 1. And recover. And this is last. So we'll be resting on our left hip. The right one will be facing the sky. side plank is in 3, 2, 1, and go. Got it. That's it, Kyle. Nice, Becca. Good. That's it, Brian. That's it, Julie. Good, Caitlin. Nice, Eva. Awesome, guys. We want to finish really strong. Good work so far. Let's keep it going. Final 15. Solid core, still breathing. We got 3, 2, 1, done. All right, it's a tough way to end. Side planks are difficult for most of us. So great job, guys. Really nice work. We're just going to shake out, sip of water, towel off, bring our heart rates down, and we'll come into our cool down. Speaking of heart rates, if you like running in the snow, which I do, that was our workout yesterday. Just went out to the backyard and jumping rope in the snow. Just got to be a little careful with your footing.
Make sure you clean
But
the ice.
yeah, ice is not your friend.
That's your nice gear.
All right, so cooling down. Gonna start with our chest. So most of us will have a hand on the wall, and we're going to be turning away from the wall. Shauna has the luxury of having a band attached to the wall. So the band is providing tension, and it's substituting for the wall. Three, 2, 1, and switch. Other side. So if you have the option of setting up a band like this at your home, it does provide you with some pretty cool possibilities for flexibility work, for strength work, etc. 3, 2, 1. We're going to release that. Okay, moving on. And we're going to move on to our quad stretch. But first, our hip flexor stretch. So we'll do the hip flexor quad combo. Now this can always be done from standing. We are in what's called a 90-90 position. So both knees 90 degrees. One resting on either a pad or a mat or the ground. And then we're flattening the back so we can stretch the front of the hip on the side of the trail leg. 3, 2, 1. We're going to take that into a quad stretch. So the trail leg is the one we're going to be stretching. Standing up tall. Legs are close together. The kneecap of the leg you're stretching is pointing toward the ground. Three, 2, 1, and we're going to switch. So going to the other leg, and we're going to get the hip flexor first. Good. I was just reading another Z Health post this morning, and they were talking about low back pain and common indicator or precursor is limited lateral flexion, side bending. 3, 2, 1. We're going to get the quad now on this side. So you want to make sure you maintain your mobility when you're bending to the side.
Make sure you do it the right way.
Yep. Excellent, you guys. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to release that. We'll go to the hamstrings. And
Good way to bend on the side is to lay over.
so we're on our back. We're going to elevate a leg. Opposite leg can either be straight or you can bend that knee. If you're more flexible in the hamstring, you'll keep that leg straight. We got 3, 2, 1, and we're going to switch it over, other side. And I guess the other great cardio is shoveling. Just be careful.
Oh my goodness.
Careful of your back and your shoulders. Some of those shovels are huge, so each shovelful is several pounds. And we have 3, 2, 1, and we're just going to roll into a little ball, knees to chest. You can rock side to side if you like. You can rock forward and back. Taking a few deep breaths. Really great job this morning, you guys. Get a little break for the weekend. And we have 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. Yay, it's Friday. So again, lots of videos up on YouTube. In case you missed a workout this week, you can catch it. We're going to go hands in the center. And we got Beast on a 1, a 2, 3, Beast. Great job, guys. Have an awesome weekend. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.